Hey class, this is Alana. Ignore my computer fan. It gets pretty loud when my computer's working hard. So the one tool that I wanted to show you is a branch of the New York Times called the Learning Network. The Learning Network right there. Here's the URL for it. New York Times /section/learning/lesson-plans. Another way you could do this is go to Google, type in New York Times Learning Network. So we've all heard of Teachers Pay Teachers, where teachers share lesson plans, share ideas, share materials, which is something that we all love to do. I get the majority of my news from the New York Times, but I didn't realize that they had this learning network until I started this grad program. So why I like this website is not only because it has lesson plans, but it will provide reading material for the students, which is usually a New York Times article, and it will also provide videos for students to watch, which I think is a really good way to offer like a different perspective and just supplement the lesson with a different mode of instruction. It also breaks it down into content, so you have English language arts, social studies, science and math, ELL, art, and then current events. And I love how it brings current events into the lesson. It's like how to teach current events. So some things like September 11th might be really difficult to design a lesson around. And it had a lot of lessons about the recent election. But I also would not recommend using the lesson verbatim. You know, you create your lesson and then draw from other sources to enhance it. And see, it also has like a crash course video as an introduction to this lesson, which I'm teaching my students right now about checks and balances and the 3 branches of government. So I'm trying to figure out which current events I could use for them to analyze and discern the checks and balances within that event and our current government. So it always has some background information, which would be this video. And then it has like a warm-up activity and background. So before moving forward with this lesson, students need to understand basic concepts of the U.S. government. And you can do a KWL chart, which it recommends in order to check for understanding on that area. And then it also has learning activities. Some of them are like single-day lessons. Some of them are multi-day, whole week lessons. They also have like writing prompts available, which I don't know if you noticed that on the front page of the Learning Network. So this lesson's broken down into parts, and it tells you exactly what the students need to do. Work in pairs, looking through a recent print edition of the Times or like online of the Times. And then it asks questions like, what are the headlines, brief summaries, what examples of checks and balances can you identify? And then it goes into whole class. So as I said before, I wouldn't recommend using the lesson step by step. I always draw information from this or from their lessons to supplement the ones that I've already created and to just make it more thorough and such. So yeah, I hope you guys, I don't know if you knew about this source already, but if you didn't, now you do. You're welcome. I'm excited to see what you guys bring to the table, and I'll see you Monday.